Hi guys, it's Orla and it's 40 something books, and today I'm doing Tuesday Talks, and it's a Goodreads group, and if you'd like to join, the link will be in the description box below as always. Today's topic is reading experiences. That's right, Orla, remember the topic before you start recording. So it's kind of like a little talk about what got you into reading and what influences your reading, etc. And I thought this is such an easy topic to do, and now I've sat down to do it, it's not so easy. You see, I've always loved reading. I remember spending a lot of time curled up in the sitting room reading books, and that's kind of what I remember, just reading books and reading books. My mum is a big reader, she's always read. Now, I'm not saying she reads books and books and books a month, but she's always read, and so we were always members of the library when we were young. And I actually remember the excitement of getting a library card. Then when you got your teen card, that was so exciting, you know, because you could now get teen books. And now I'm in the adult books reading my A. I'm actually going back to the teenage section, which is weird. But one of the biggest influences definitely on my reading was the fact that my mum is a reader. I've always had an open attitude towards genres, and even today I'll try different genres, etc. So I've never really been tied down to one type of book. I think what happens to me sometimes is that if I'm going through a life stage where I'm extra worked or tired or whatever, I will revert back to maybe sort of easier reads or stuff like that. But sadly, I'm very boring, and I know this is going to sound awful, but there was never a book or series that really sort of stuck in my mind as, oh gosh, that's what got me reading. You know, like, I think it's like for a lot of people, Harry Potter is what got them reading, or The Lord of the Rings got them reading, and there was never really anything like that for me. There was never any book in particular that stood out. I just love to read, and I guess so. Even when I was at school, if you say high school or secondary school here, like, I loved the prescribed reading. It didn't bother me to read Shakespeare, and it still doesn't bother me. It didn't bother me to read Jane Eyre. I mean, as a teenager, as a teenager, I had a little obsession with Jane Austen. I loved reading Jane Austen books. And I also, in my early 20s, would have read a lot of crime. And then I stopped reading crime when I had my kids. But I would have read sort of lighter books for a while then, because I was so tired. I know for me, the sign of a really good holiday is how many books I've managed to read while I've been off. And so my reading influences has to be family, and my best friend loves to read, and we sometimes talk about books, and we share books, and we recommend books. And I have this funny obsession with at least 3 books that I haven't read, either in person or on my Kindle or out from the library at any one time. Like, I couldn't possibly go in a house and live in a house or an apartment and not have any books, because that would freak me out completely, which is weird. I wonder if there's anybody else suffer with that, you know, where you have to have books that you will read sort of on hold. Not on hold, I'm not explaining this right, but I can't have the idea of running out of books to read. So for me, really, reading is just about enjoyment, and it took me a long time to realise that if I didn't enjoy a book by a certain stage in the book, to just give it up and move on, because there's just so many books out there that I'll never get through in a lifetime, so I'm not going to waste my time on books that I just don't get into. But yes, that's how my reading has changed over the years, and if you have any comments, please leave them below. And I'm sorry this is a bit babbly and waffly and so on, but it's been nice talking to you. Take care.